Hi all, uh, please drop me a mail if you need any clarifications or training in data housing at tele.sarkar@gmail.com. In this module, we'll discuss about the requirement for revenue restatement process and how it works. If you can remember, then from earlier example of revenue processing, we have this table as a source table and this table as a target table. In the source table, we have changed only sales date as sales period since it is more appropriate. We are keeping the sales figure month wise, not the day wise, so sales period is more appropriate term. And this is target table. We have only three measures to make it very simple or to make it more understandable. Our example is always data driven, so for giving example, I am keeping this record as a reference, February 2011 data. In this month, sales figure are 20, but in the month of May, we have again received the revised sales figure, that is 30. So instead of 20, we have the sales figure for month of February as 30. All the records needs to be corrected from February 2011 since we received the revised sales amount for the month of February. Now in this example, February month, March month and April month data needs to be corrected. Here is we have corrected, instead of 20 it came as 30, so current month revenue is 30. Previous month there is no change for in the month of February, and 150 was earlier YTD amount, now 160 is the current YTD amount. 150 as current month for the month of March, there is no change, but previous month earlier it was 20, now it is 30. Same as YTD is also changed to 300, from 300 to 310, and the month of April the change is with the only YTD revenue. Earlier it was 460, now it is 470. So in brief, if revised sales figure is sent for a previous month, then all the record needs to be corrected from revised period onwards. Here revised period is sales period February 2011. Now we'll come to discuss about the restatement. Before getting into restatement, let me clarify one point. This is not the source table, this is the enterprise table where we keep history of the sales figure for different sales period. Source system sends sales data for a sales period at a, this is source file record for the month of January, and we received it in staging. Staging has only single record, and they then load the enterprise table. Now for the month of February, again source file comes as a sales period as month, February month, and then staging is a single record for the month of February, but enterprise has a two records, one is previous month and another is current month. So we know source system sends one sales period data at a time. Means if you send if you source system, if source system sends January data, there would be no February data. If it sends February data, then there will be no January data at a single time. A restatement is technically late arriving fact. That means a revised sales figure, that is the in current month, if we consolidate or correct the result of any previous month, then we say it in the previous month has been restated. Now let us discuss the requirement of restatement in brief. Instead of correcting three records, here we want to derive the delta record. Means three additional records will create, which will have the additional amount or delta amount. Now this is the February month received amount, but restated amount has 30, so additional 10 amount has to be added in the current month revenue. In current month revenue, if additional 10 amount is added, then obviously YTD also has to be added with 10 amounts. In the March month also, the March month already there is nothing changed in March month, so March month revenue is same, but its previous revenue earlier it was 20, but additional 10 has to be introduced, since total or full revenue for the month of February we received as 30, so this is the 10. And same way the YTD also has to be increased 10. In the month of April, the March month revenue is not changed, so there is no change in the previous year revenue as well as the current year revenue, but YTD needs to be changed. So this type of delta record needs to be created so that user from the reporting layer can see what is the change due to the restatement. But if we verify the result set, this is the original record and this is the restated record. So how we can differentiate? There is nothing we can differentiate, nothing. So 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 we'll introduce a reporting period to identify the normal processing and restated processing record set. Reporting period is the month in which data was received record, and sales period is the month in which product was sold. It is the target table snap. Now see, we can obviously differentiate between reporting period, the normal records and restated record. Normal record has reporting period and sales period are same, but for restated records, sales period and reporting periods are different. Let me take you to staging layer and enterprise layer. So source files is coming as it is, as for the month of January it is sales period is January, but we are introducing reporting period in the staging layer. So for the month of January, reporting period is January, and in the enterprise table the record are present like this. And for the month of February record, it is reporting period is February, and enterprise records has two records, one for January, another for February. One simple and basic rule for the restatement is restatement period onwards, all the target records needs to be corrected by inserting new record which should have delta change. The reporting period is current open period or current month. Few rules of thumb for restatement. For the restated month, a delta record will be created for current month and YTD column with delta amount. For the next month, previous month and YTD fields should be corrected with delta record with the delta amount. For the next to next month onwards, only YTD fields should be corrected with delta record with delta amount. This is overall requirement summary of restatement, and next recording onwards we will show how to implement this feature in revenue processing. Thanks for listening to me.